Sorry, it took me a second to get the, wait, this thing is being weird. Took me a second to get the stream back up, but Bruins, is this, okay, okay, mic's back, good. Okay, so Bruins,
It's time to meet our starting lineup, beginning
Bruins
with the
facing
visiting
St. Joe
saints
Greenville,
of
not St.
Greenville
Joe,
Christian.
just Greenville Christian. I keep on getting St. Joe
Number
Greenville and Greenville
0,
Christian mixed
Madison
up.
Powell.
But Greenville Christian out here today versus St. Joe Bruins. Bruins looking to bounce
Number
back
3,
after a
DJ
three-game losing
Scott.
streak against, I think I think the people were
Number 2, Aaron
MRA,
Lee.
Prep, and
Number
Hartfield.
24,
So
Tyler
Bruins
Green.
2-3, or
And number
I think
1,
2-3
Tamarian
in district
Nichols.
so far. But Bruins
Head
looking
coach
to
of the
bounce back right
Saints
here
is
in a
Logan
non-district game.
Collins.
It's senior night here on the
Assistant
St.
head
Joe
coach
campus.
Justin
Have you
Reese.
seniors introduce them as they come in? I know Allen, Allen Garrison, Will, and I'll let them introduce them. Starting five for the Bruins: Allen Garrison, Joe Anthony, Will Andrews, and Chris Gordon. So few seniors, Will and Allen, starting now. Chase gonna be the guy to jump. Zeb will no longer be on the team this year, so Bruins looking to bounce back and find an adjustment to replace Zeb.
Sleep, Chase, sleep. Get up out of here.
All these chants, I like whenever basketball chants. Chase, Chase
Oh,
gets the tip off. Will gets that ball. Will gives off to Chris. Chris gives back to Will. Will gives off to Chase on the left side. Gives back to Chris. Chris gives back to Chase. Chase to the top to Will. Will gives it up to Joe. Joe back Chase. Chase. Chris. Chris with the three. Good for Chris. Bruins up 3-0. 7 minutes 36 seconds of Bruins starting off with a bang with that Chris Gordon 3-0. Passes off to 3. 3 gives off to 1. 1 gives off to 0. 0 in the left corner with the 3. No good. Off the rim. And that'll be gotten back in by Greenville, but that'll be stolen by Chris. By Chris. Chris off to Will. Will back to Joe. Joe Allen. Allen gives it back up to Will. Will gives back up to Allen. Allen looks to shoot. Gives back up to Will. Will with the 3. No good. Joe's just going to hit that ball back in. 5-0 to score. 0 going to take it out for St. Joe, not St. Joe, sorry, Greenville Christian. 24 guarded by Will, gives it off to the right side to number 1. One's going to get past Allen. He's going to drive, no good off the rim, but that ball's going to be got back up by 2. 5-2 to score. Now Will going on faster. Ooh, that ball's just going to hit out of bounds. Chris just going to throw it in. 6 minutes 36 seconds left. 5-2 the score. Chris going to throw it into Will. Will gives it back to Joe. Joe, Will. Will is going to drive, gives off to Allen. Allen back to Chris. Chris gives back off to Allen in the right corner. Allen with the 3. Good for Allen. 8-2 the score. How Bruins starting off strong tonight. Zero going down, just going to hand it off to 24. A lot of movement with St. Joe. Not by St. Joe, by Greenville on offense. 24 is going to get past him. He's going to drive with the shot. Good for Greenville. 8-4 to score.
Tyler Green will shoot.
Chris gives off to Joe. Joe, wouldn't be a little bit of a flop right there, and he's still going to score
Joe
that ball.
Anthony
10-4,
for
5
two.
minutes, 45 seconds left. 24 with the ball. He's going to go off to the right. Pass back up to top to one. One's going to shoot a mid shot, and that's going to be no good. Rebounded by Will. Will going down fast, looks at his options. He's just going to drive, and he is going to be fouled. St. Joe's ball. Bruins starting off
Greenville
hot
4,
right now, up
Madison
10-4
5
already. 5
24 to
minutes,
Tyler
24
Green.
seconds left in the first. Bruins just going to throw it in under their goal. Chris gives off to Will at the top. Will pump fakes it. He's just going to look to drive, but he's going to pass back up to Allen. That shot's just going to be too high. Allen's going to get that ball back in. It's just going to be back court. Greenville's ball under their own goal. Gives off 24 in the left corner. Pass it back up to the top, number 0-0 with the three. That's a two, never mind. 10-6 to score. Will. He's going to pass it back up to Chase. Tipped a little bit, still got that ball. Gives it up to Joe on the left side. Joe gives it back to Chris. Chris back to Joe. Joe with the shot. Good for three. Bruins, 3 threes so far tonight. 13-6 to score. Okay.
I mean, the Bruins are just playing a very fast offensive game, and I mean, the Saints just can't keep up with them. Like the second a pass, like the second they get the ball, they're passing or dribbling. Like they're not taking time to think. They're going purely off of their game instincts, and it's working really well for them, considering how much we're leading this game. And the Saints clearly just don't like. They don't have that, and the Bruins defense is also a part of that because the Bruins are just not letting anything pass them right now.
0 with the shot. No good off the rim. Rebounded by Joe. Joe get down fast. Gives off to Will on the left side. Will going to drive. Shot no good. Rebounded by Greenville. Zero. So I'm kind of slow. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left. Zero's going to drive. Shot good. And one for the Greenville. That was a very nice drive by Zero. He's definitely, I think, one of their top players. I mean, he was able to get through everybody and get the foul.
St. Joseph fouls against number 5, Allen Garrison. A1 basket
Alec
converted
going to
by
come
number
out.
0, Ashton Powell.
Trey going to come in for him.
I mean, even with these fouls, like the Bruins are just like
Shot good. 13-9 to score. Will going to take the ball out to give to Chris. Chris gives off to the right to Will. Will back to Chris. Chris chase Trey. Trey with the three. No good. Rebounded by Greenville. 24 going down fast. One-on-one with Chris. That ball is just going to be hit off of Greenville's foot. 24's foot. St. Joe's ball. 13-9. Still the score here. Will gives off to Joe in the deep, and that ball's going to be stolen by two. I mean, Bruins turned that ball over. That could have easily been a good play if that ball would have just been a little bit higher from Will. 24. He's going to look drive. He's going to step back. Zero with a deep three. Good. Oh, my. That was a very nice shot. 13-12 to score. Bruins having to need to hurry up and get something going here. Number 4, Will gives back to Joe. Joe back to Will. Will with the three, trying to answer that. No good off the rim. Rebounded by 24.
the Bruins are just working really well together. I mean, everything feels so natural they're not hesitating for
0.
anything, and the whole game is
No,
just
2 gives it 3. 3 with the 3. Trying to take the lead. No good. Rebounded by Joe. Joe going down fast. Joe looks back. Just give it off to Chris. Chris with the drive. That'll be no good. He's going to be fouled off the shot. He will go up for 2.
Greenville Christian fouls on number 3, DJ Scott. At the line for Bruins, number 3, Chris
Line number
Gordon.
3, Chris Gordon trying to make this game a 5-point game. No, a 3. That'll be 3. 13-12 to score right now. 2 minutes, 11 seconds left. First shot, no good. Still 13-12. Substitution.
In the Bruins, number 1, Jace Harris.
Jace coming in for Chase. Second shot, good for Chris. 14-12 score. Joe go up to the right, gives up 24. 24 back to 3. 3-2. 2 gives it off to can't to 1. 1's gonna throw it off to the right. Ball gets tipped, almost stolen by St. Joe. 0 with the 3 in the right corner, no good off the rim. Rebounded by Jace. Jace gives off to Joe. Joe looks drive. He's just gonna stop. Almost gets that ball slung to Will. Will get to Trey. Trey back up to the top of Chris. Chris to Will. Will with a 3. No good off the rim. 0 with the rebound for Greenville. Greenville's just going to stop, let his offense kind of start. 1 minute, 28 seconds left. He's going to go for a 3. No good off the rim. Rebounded by Joe. Joe going down fast. Joe with the drive. And he's going to be no good. He's going to be fouled. Going for 2. Going for the free throws.
Greenville Christian foul against number 0, Ashton Powell. At the line for your Bruins, number 2, Joe Anthony.
Well,
Joe.
Greenville is definitely catching up right now. So the Bruins do need to, focus in on their offense and their defense. I mean, the Bruin offense was just on fire in the beginning of the game, and maybe Greenville kind of figured out they needed to figure themselves out. But the Bruins just need to have that same energy they brought at the beginning of the game and continue it throughout the game so that we don't get close games like this. Even though we're still winning, we just could be winning by more.
Yeah. 12-15 to score now. Minute 12 left. Gives it off to 24. 24 gives it back up to 2. 2 gives it to 1 on the left side. Gives back up to top to 0. 0 tried to give it to 1. Gives it up to 1 in the left corner. He's going to paint 2, and he's going to be foul hard. He will go for 2, trying to make it a 15-14 game.
Yeah, we can't be having these kind of fouls. I've noticed this game, we've had quite a few fouls. And we just need to clean up our gameplay so that we're not just giving away points like this.
First shot no good for Greenville. Second shot good. 15-13 the game, 2-point game. Joe gets that ball stolen from on the pass. No, Will's going to get that back, and they're going to say that he stepped out of bounds. No, they're not. They're going to say he was pushed. I don't know. Interesting call. But Will's going to throw it in under the goal. Will gives it to Jace. Jace back up to Chris. Chris back to Will. Will in the right corner gives it up to the top to Joe. Joe with the shot. Nice move by Joe. 17-13 to score. 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Bruins up by 4 now. 2 with the ball. He's going to hand it off to 24. 24 back up to 0-0 with the 3. Good. Jeez, he is a good shooter. 17-16 to score now. Chris can give it to Joe. Joe.
Get a last shot
Joe
in.
with the 3. No good for Joe off the rim. Rebounded by 0. And that'll be the first quarter.
The first quarter, our score, St. Joe 17, Greenville Christian
I think we were
17,
expected to be
16.
doing a little bit better right now. I think this was
Yeah.
expected to be not so close of a game.
I mean,
And I
offense is doing very well right now for the Bruins, but defensively wise, we're not doing good.
Yeah, I know. We really are letting points passes that really shouldn't be. And now, are Spirit Steppers about to perform? No, they're not. But I mean, this next quarter we can step it up for sure. We just need to have that same momentum we had in the beginning and not like let little things tire us down because it seems that we just kind of not got lazy or maybe Greenville just kind of picked it up. But I do think that Bruin defense does need to pick it up against the Greenville because they're showing themselves to be a threat. A threat that St. Joe can handle, but a threat nonetheless. So we do need to pick it up as it is senior night, and this would be a great game to win for those seniors.
Yeah, I mean, Bruins, I mean, they're playing a very good game right now. It's just that so is Greenville. I mean, St. Joe, it doesn't look like you're going to stop anywhere on offense. They just have to be able to stop Greenville on defense. 24, we're going to pass into 0, guarded by Joe. 0 gives off to 24. 24 comes back up to the top 3. 3 gives it back to 5 in the left corner. 5 gives it back up 24. 24 back up to 0. 0 goes off the side to 10. 10 with the shot. No good. Rebounded by Greenville, though. Nice rebound by Greenville. He can give it off number 5. 5 back up 24 at the top. Gives up to 0. 0, nice little move. He's going to drive. That ball is going to be blocked by Joe, but that ball is going to be rebounded by 5. Greenville, that ball again blocked by Joe. 24 going in for the drive. Gives off the 5. 5 back to 10. 10. That ball is going to be hit off of him. Greenville's ball, I mean, very good job by Joe blocking those shots, but I mean, Greenville kept on getting the rebound over and over again. 7 minutes left in the half. Joe gives off to Chris. Chris, Joe. Joe throws off the side to Chris. Again, Chris with the 3, no good. Rebounded by Jace. Jace back to Chris. That ball's going to hit off of his foot. Looks like Chris was jumping as the pass, and Jace thought he was going to be still on the ground. Timeout, Greenville Christian. 6 minutes, 55 seconds left. Bruins down. No, Bruins still up 17-16.
Yeah, I mean, the Bruins, we do need to pick it up a little bit, but they just don't need to get discouraged or get in their heads at this point in the game. I've noticed a couple of them getting a little upset with themselves. Maybe putting Allen back in there. Allen was having a great game before we took him out. So he could be our key to success tonight. But I don't know. They put Trey and Jace in over Chase and Allen. But I bet they'll go in later.
0 gives it up to 10. 10 gives it back up to 0 in the left corner. 0's just going to take it around to the top of the tee. He's going to hand it off 24. 24 is going to drive with the shot. No good off the rim, but rebounded by 10. 10 with shot no good. Rebounded by 3. I mean, shot no good. Rebounded by 10. I mean, that's like 4 rebounds in a row. St. Joe Greenville taking the lead, 17-18. Trey with the ball, gives back to Will. Will gives it up to Joe. Joe gives it. Joe's going to give it up to Jace in the paint. Jace is going to lose that ball, though. Rebounded by 0. 0's going to go hard. He's going to drive, and that'll be good for them. 3-point game now. Will, I mean, Bruins down by 3 now. This is not even a division game.
I mean, the Bruins just need to step it up in all areas right now. We haven't scored a point in the second quarter, and I mean, we're just letting our defense go. And Okay, that might be a point for us. Well,
Nope,
it's
in
not.
and out, but
And
rebounded by Trey.
we don't have the same quickness that we had in the first quarter that
Good.
was really helping our points.
Trey Williams for
That
two.
shot good for Trey. Nice shot, making a
Timeout.
19-20
St. Joe.
game.
St. Joe's taking a timeout because they just need to pull it together right
I
now.
mean, Bruins definitely have a lot of room to make improvements, but I mean, it's kind of annoying, you know, whenever you go up so much and then, like, you're doing so good at the very beginning and then everything kind of just, like, falls apart a little bit. I mean, it's not like anything's kind of falling apart. It's just that, like, Greenville's just played faster and, like, harder.
Same page.
Chris gives back up to Joe. Joe gives up to Will. Will with the shot. Good for a Will. Bruins on top.
Andrews for two.
20-21 your score. 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Giro, that ball's going to be stolen. No, not stolen by St. Joe. Ooh, Will takes a nasty spill over the side. Trying to stay that ball, but nice defense by Will. Hitting that ball out of bounds. Gives up
There's
to
a cheer
Giro.
battle going on right now.
Giro with a deep three. Good. I mean, he is on fire tonight.
Madison for
23-21 to score. Bruins down 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. Joe looks to drive, and that ball is just going to be ripped from his hands. Oh, my goodness.
Snatch that ball out
Giro
of
with
his
the
hands.
shot. Another deep three. Oh, my. Oh, geez. He is on fire right now. Bruins down by 5. I don't even know what to say. I mean, that sequence of events, I mean, people in the crowd are just shocked. I mean, that was, I'm speechless too. Chris gives up to Chase. Chase back up the top to Trey. Trey for the three. Good, no good. Rebounded by Joe. Joe back up with it. Good. Stopping this momentum. Bruins down by 3. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left. One. Gives up back up 24.
I mean, we really want to pick it up now because having to try and have a comeback in the second half when you're already tired is such a hard task. So Bruins just really need to get back on now so they can start early. Now,
Joe.
we need to focus in on defense because
How is
they're
that?
just scoring so much on us. Our offense is still doing fine. Our defense is just our struggle.
Joe did a good job right there. I mean, it looked like he almost got pushed. Good job by him. 24 shoots the ball. Good for it, too. I mean, they're on fire right now on offense. 25-28 to score. Bruins down by 3. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. Will goes up to the right, passes it off to Zero, and they're saying that he's going to go out of bounds. Will did not think he did. I mean, that's just a simple turnover. One gives up to 24. 3, back up 24. 24, back up 0. Jim's going to get that ball stolen from him. Not out of bounds, so that ball's going to be stolen by Chris. Chris going to get that ball stolen from him.
Greenville Christian fouls on number 2.
It'll be St. Joe's ball. 2 minutes, 16 seconds left. Bruins down 25-28. Joe back to Will. Will back to Joe. Joe's going to drive. That shot, no good. He's going to be called for a charge.
That boy just fell.
I mean, Greenville's done a
It
good
was
job of
pretty
that.
obvious what Joe was going down to do. I mean, he knew what he was in the way of.
I mean, Greenville's very good at flopping, so
That was a
0.
block.
He's going to look, shoot,
Oh,
shot, good. I mean, he is on fire tonight. 25-30 score. Bruins down by 5. Will back to Joe. Joe's going to try to find something. He's going to get stopped. Gives back up to Will. Will gives up to Joe. Joe pump fakes it. He's going to drive. Joe with the shot. Good for Joe. 27-30 to score. Stop. 0 taking it down. Gives up to one. One's going to go up with it. He's going to pass it off to the right. He's with the shot. Good. I mean, nothing Bruins can do to stop this team. 27-32 to score. Minute left in the half. Joe trying to get something started. He gives it up to Will. Will back to Joe. Joe back to Will. Will gives off to Chris on the left side. Gives it back up to the top to Will. Will gives up Trey, the left side. Trey looks to drive with his shot. No good for Trey. Off of the rim, rebounded by 0, Greenville. Zero for Greenville. He's going to go off to the right side, shoot that ball. No good. Air ball, but that ball's going to be rebounded by number 1. Back up 24. 24, shot, no good. Oh, I don't even know what was happening there. Joe gives the ball back one-on-one with Will and number 0, but that ball's going to get away from him. Will throwing that ball back in, and that ball's going to go back to 1. Ball stolen by Trey. Gives back off to Chris. Chris with the shot for the 3. No good. And that'll be your half. 27-32. Bruins down by 5. So our Spirit Steppers will be performing. Final score for this half, 27-32. I mean, Bruins look like they're going to be taking an easy like win starting off. I mean, starting off very off. I mean, their first offensive like drive was a 3. I mean, and from there it's kind of just fallen apart a little bit. So not good at all for the Bruins. I mean, I thought like it was gonna be a time where like a lot of the 10th graders should be able to come in. I mean, a few of the juniors. I mean, it was just gonna like that's what it seemed like it was gonna be, but it's definitely not. It's how it was at the beginning. But Spirit Steppers coming down now. I will let them perform.
Your Spirit Steppers are under the direction of Miss Leslie Ann Martin. Tonight's routine will be led by seniors, captain, and NAIS All-Star Sophia Laberto and Elizabeth Vanderloo.
What's up, Davis? Davis, this is Adam Kilgore.
Hey, how's it going?
Is where you been announcing?
Oh, I'm done just a smidge. I did some Madison Central night, like basketball night. I don't know, but the gym's too loud, man. I can't stand the sounds.
You can have a watch out.
ladies and gentlemen, your St. Joe Spirit Steppers.
Hey, Bruins back out now practicing after the Spirit Stepper performance. Really good job by them. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left until the second half. Bruins down by 5. Definitely a lot more challenging than they thought it was going to be. Seems like the absence of Zeb kind of shaking them up a little bit. I mean, you don't have that reliance down there in the paint. But senior night here on the St. Joe campus. Bruins big ask here for the second half. I mean, you're only down by 5. I mean, that can be scored within 30 seconds. So Greenville coming back out here now. They are very good. Number 0, I mean, he is putting on a show. I mean, his threes look like, I mean, something you'd see out of like college basketball. I mean, he's shooting it from the logo. He's shooting it on the fall. I mean, he's shooting it from everywhere. It doesn't matter where it is. I mean, they've just done a very good job. And I'd like to take this moment to thank our sponsors. This live webcast on the Bruin News Now YouTube channel is made possible by C Spire, Capital Ortho, Salad Madison, and Morgan, the Jones family, DW Cares LLC, the Levesque family, Alexander Law, ARC Energy LLC, Vitality Counseling, the Ogren family, Marketing Design, the Evans family, Young Williams PA, Shannon Lewis, M&O Services, Humedic Corp., the Irwin family, Gaucher Fire Department on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the Sanders family, Jet Design Build, and the White family. Thank you to all of our sponsors. We would not have been able to put this broadcast on for you. Minute 50 seconds left. Bruins, everybody back out here practicing now. Bruins only down by 5, 27-32 to score. Okay, refs come back out here. 50 seconds left until the second half. Bruins looking to make a comeback here. Very manageable comeback. I mean, Bruins only down by 5. Once again, it's senior night here in the St. Joe campus. I know there's a few seniors on the team. Allen, uh, Allen and Will. I think those are the only 2 seniors. Here we go. Start the second half. Bruins down 32-27. Starting 5 in the second half for you. Will, Chris, Trey, Chase, and Joe. St. Joe's ball to start the half. Will gonna throw it into Chris. Chris is gonna give it off to Trey. Trey with a drive. Good for Trey to start this second half. 29-32 the score. Bruins only down by 2. A nice start to the half for the Bruins off of the Trey Harris layup. 24. Will guarding him. He's looking to the paint. Could give it up to one in the paint. That ball no good. Hit it off of the Joe. Joe coming down fast. Joe gives off to Trey. Trey gives back up top to Chase. Chase for 2. Good for Chase. Bruins come out firing. 31-32. Bruins only down by 1. 7 minutes, 10 seconds left now. Zero had a very, very nice first half. Gives up to 24 on the right side. 24 gives back up to the top. Three's going to drive. That shot good for him. Three-point game now. 6 minutes, 50 seconds left. 34-31. Joe gives up to Will. Will back to Chris. Chris left side. He goes off to Will on the right. Back up to Chris. Chris, Will. Gives up to Chase in the right corner. Gives back up to Will. Will gives it to Trey. Trey, Chris. Chris pump fakes it. Looks to drive. Gives off Joe in the paint. Joe with the shot and one. Bruins down by 1. Joe going up to the free point line. Trying to shoot for 2. Trying to tie this game up.
At the line for your Bruins, number 2, Joe Anthony.
Joe shot good. Tie game here. Bruins coming back now. Tie game. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left. 0 going down. Gives it off to 1. 1 back 24 on the right side. Gives up 3 right corner. Gives back up to 1. 1 back to right corner 24. He's going to look to drive. Gives up to 1 in the paint. And that is going to be good. I mean, they are very good at moving that ball. 34-36. 6 minutes left in the third. Will gives off to Chris. Chris back to Will. Will, Trey. Trey trying to find somebody. He just gives back up to Will. Will, Chris. Chris on the right side of Trey. Trey for the 3. No good for Trey. Off the rim. Rebounded by 3. Zero going to take it down for St. Joe Greenville. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. In the third quarter. I mean, that ball's almost stolen by Joe. Number 3 gets the ball back, gives up 24. That ball is stolen by Chris. Chris going down fast, one-on-one with Zero. That shot can be good for Chris. Tie game. 36-30 score. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left in the third. Zero's going to hand it off to 24. 24 back to Zero. Zero with the 3. Oh my goodness. I mean, seems like everything St. Joe does, Zero just answers right back. 39-36 score. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left. Gives it back to 4. 4 gives back to 3. 3. I don't even know why I'm saying the numbers. Chase gives off the long pass. Trey. Trey back up to Will. Will back to Chris. Chris back to Joe in the right corner. Joe's going to drive. Shoots 2. Good for Joe. Bruins down by 1 now. 38-39. 4 minutes, 25 seconds left. Zero gives off to 1. 1 back to 0. 0 pump fakes it. He's going to drive. And that ball's made no good. Rebounded by 2 though, and he's going to get fouled. Going back up. Greenville going to the free throw line. No good. First shot. And one more. Greenville trying to make it a 2-point game. Second shot good. 38-40 to score. Chris going down fast, gives off to Joe. Joe with a drive. His shot's good. Nice shot by Joe. 40-40 score. 3 minutes, 55 seconds left. Zero trying to motion something on offense. Gives back to one. One, right, left corner, 24, back up to one. Zero, wide open on the right side. Will quickly gets to him. He's going to hand off the three for the two. Nice shot. 40-42. Joe going down fast trying to answer. I mean, this has been a very, very high scoring third quarter. Gives back up to Chris. Will going to take that drive. Nice pump fake, and that is going to be good for Will. Tie game here, 42-42, 3 minutes, 10 seconds left. I mean, this is a back and forth game. I mean, nobody is able to get on top. One, 24, back to one. 1-2. Oh, almost stolen. That shot's going to be no good. 4-2. Rebounded by Trey. Trey going to take the ball out now. Gives off to Chris. Chris to Joe. Joe's going to, he's going to look, pass up. That ball's going to be stolen. Pass intended to Trey. Will was wide open in the right side. I mean, he should just look to him. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left. 42-42. Two. Gives it off to one on the left side. Back up to zero. Zero with the shot. No good for him. That ball is going to be on the floor. Rebounded by Jaden Crispin. And that be a timeout. I mean, he slid a few times. Looked like it could have easily been a travel. But they're not going to call that. It will be a timeout on Greenville. Greenville. Timeout by Greenville Christian. And that'll give it their ball still. 42-42 to score. Definitely a back and forth game here. I mean, this has been an insane third quarter. I mean, it's like everybody's doing a good job. 42-42 to score. Be Greenville's ball now. 2 minutes, 16 seconds left in the third. 42-42 score. 24 passes it up to zero. Zero off to one. One almost stolen by Chris. Good defense by Chris. Really good defense by Chris. I mean, he was putting the pressure on him. One gives up zero right side. It's probably Zero doesn't just shoot it right here. I mean, he probably make it. Gives up 24 wide open three. No good off the rim. That'll be rebounded by two. Nice rebounded by him. Gives back up to the top to one. One trying to find somebody. He's just giving it off to zero. 0-24, the right corner. He's going to try to give it off to bad pass. Got it by Chris. Will going to go for the layup. Good for him. Bruins take the lead. 44-42. Minute 30 left in the third quarter. Zero gives back up to one. I mean, Chris has been on fire in defense tonight. Gives it back up to zero. 0-1. One gives back to zero. Zero with the three. No good. Chris with that rebound gives off to Will. Will one-on-one with Zero. And that ball is just going to be, they're going to call a foul on Greenville. Minute 7 seconds left. That won't be a shooting foul. It'll be a foul on the floor. So Joe will be throwing it in from under St. Joe's goal. Joe gives up top to Will. Will back to Chris. Chris with the three. Deep three. Good for Chris. 47-42 to score. Bruins up by 5. Under a minute left in the third. 50 seconds left. Gio gives it up to one. One, I mean, he's just like taking his time. 40 seconds left. I mean, he still has the ball. It's been close to 20 seconds with him. three for number one. That ball's going to be hit out of bounds by Zero, trying to get the rebound. I mean, Greenville is very good at getting offensive rebounds. Chris going to give it up to Will. Will going down fast. He's just going to throw it back off to the top of the three. Gives it up to Joe. 20 seconds left in the third. Joe taking his time, gives back to Chris. Chris back to Joe. Joe, give back to Will. Will, he's going to drive with the shot. Nice shot by Will. 49-42 to the score. Bruins up by 7 now. I mean, after it being a tie game. Number 0, good defense by St. Joe. Ending the third quarter on a really strong note. 49-42 to score to end the third. I mean, Bruins have just been on fire defensively. Greenville Christian not making any of their shots. I mean, they've just like been in like a deficit, it feels like. And now 49-42 to score. Bruins on fire offensively. I mean, Bruins are down a good bit going into the half. Now, they're only down by a few, but I mean, like that it kind of grew a little bit. Kind of got scared for a second. Bruins down by 5 to start the half, and now, I mean, you're up by 7. So, good job by the Bruins, able to come back. Full crowd here tonight, even though this away stand, obviously not, as you see in the video. Full student section, full crowd. Spirit Steppers and cheerleaders out here. Cheerleaders haven't performed, but they're just out here supporting the Bruins. Time to start this fourth quarter. Last quarter basketball here. Bruins up by 7. See if Bruins extend this lead and give out any of their secondary players. Next week, I don't know what the Bruins will be doing during the week. I know that the Bruins will be playing on Friday against CCA in Hattiesburg. We will not be covering that game since it is an away game. Okay, Bruins up by 7, 49-42 to score to start the fourth quarter. 24 goes back to 1-0. Zero going to drive, shot, no good, off the rim, rebounded by Chris. Chris down fast, trying to put pressure on them. He's just going to stop, lose that ball, but Trey's going to get that ball back. Trey, Will with the shot, good for Will. Very nice job by him. 51-42 to score. Bruins up by 9. 24, back up to 1, 24, gives up to 0 in the paint, back to 2, nice rebound, nice job right there by the Bruins, stopping that shot. Will go not fast now, one-on-one with 24, his shot gonna be no good, rebounded, it'll be off of somebody, it'll be off of St. Joe, Greenville's ball. I mean, that was hard for Will. I mean, it was one-on-one at first, and then it became like a 4v1. 7 minutes, 15 seconds left in the game, 24 going down fast. He's given it off to 1-24 again, 24-3 in the right corner. Looks to shoot, he's not going to shoot it though. He's going to pass back up to 1-24. 24 gives it back to 3. 3 trying to find somebody, gives up to 0 in the paint. No good for his shot. That ball's going to be rebounded by him though. No good. Chase with that rebound, and he's just going to keep that ball, and it'll be looks like it's going to be a foul against Greenville. 6 minutes, 52 seconds left. Bruins up by 9, 51-42 to score. This is definitely third quarter was all Bruins ball. I mean, they did a very nice job. Six minutes, 48 seconds left. Bruins up 51-42. Joe gives up to Chris. Chris back to Chase. Chase up to Trey. Trey back to Chris. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in the fourth. Chris gives it off to Chase. Chase gives up to Joe in the paint. Joe's just going to take it back up though. Gives up to Chris. Chris, nice move there behind the back. Gives up to Trey. Trey for the 3. No good for Trey. That ball's just going to be rebounded by 0. One gives off the right side to 0, and that is going to be a bad pass. St. Joe's ball, 6 minutes, 6 minutes left in the game. 51-42 to score. No scores so far in the fourth. Ugh, can't speak. Chris gonna get that ball stolen from him. Bruins having to get back fast. Good job though. They were able to beat Greenville. One with the ball. This is up 24-24, 3-24. That ball's going to be hit out of bounds by Chase. Nice defense. I mean, putting the pressure on them heavily. Zero gives up top three. Got up to zero on the left side. Zero with the three. No good. Air ball right there. Chris is going to let that ball go out of bounds. 5 minutes, 31 seconds left. Bruins up still by 9. No score so far in the fourth. Will trying to change that here, though. Will gives back to Chris. Chris back to Will. Will right side to Joe. Joe with the three. Good boy, Joe. 54-42 to score. I think it'll be a timeout on Greenville. No, timeout by St. Joe. It's 5 minutes, 16 seconds up in the fourth. Bruins 5:42, 54-42. I mean, the score. Bruins doing a very good job right now, able to get back into this game. I mean, honestly, right now they're starting to separate themselves. I mean, I don't even know the last time Greenville scored the ball. I mean, that's how good this has been for them. So, looking very promising right now for St. Joe. I mean, not for Greenville. I mean, Greenville started off this third quarter up by 5, and then Bruins going to come back, and now they're up by 12. I mean, this is kind of what we expected all game for the Bruins, but it kind of just now started. So, I mean, good for the Bruins getting this lead now in this division game. Because so far it looked a little bit iffy for a second there. It will be Greenville's ball. One. Goes back to 0. 5 minutes left in the game. 3. Back up to 1. 1. Give it up to 24 on the left side. 2 in the left corner. Gets back up to 1. 1 gives up to 0. 0 back up 3 in the very right corner. He gives back to 1. 1. He's going to look to drive. His shot, no good. Rebounded hard. That'll be a foul on St. Joe off the rebound. Oh, God, that was a hard throw to the ref. Greenville will be throwing it in from under their goal. Greenville gives up to 0. 0 is going to drive. His shot good. 54-44 the score. Bruins up by 10. Chris going to give it off to Joe. Joe gives it back to Chris. Back on our side of the court. Joe gives it off. No, Chris gives it back to Joe. Will gives it back to Joe at the top. Joe's going to take his time. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left in the game. Joe going to drive, and he is going to be fouled on the floor. I think. Yeah, he will be on the floor. Chris going to throw it in from under the goal. Chris throws the ball in Joe. Joe's going to go off. He's going to look to drive. His shot's going to be taken from him. That is going to be called a foul. Joe will go up, shoot for 2. No. It'll be called a foul on the floor again. Chris going to throw it again from under the goal. I thought it was a shooting foul. Chris gives up to Will in the right corner. He's going to pass it back up to Chris with a 3. Good for Chris. 57-44 to score. Bruins up by 13 now. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left. Bruins up by 13. 0 taking the ball out. 57-44 the score. 1. It's going to get it off to 0, 0. Back up 2, 2, 1. Get back to 0 in the left corner. He's going to look to drive. His shot, no good. Rebounded by number 2 for Greenville, and that is going to be called a foul on St. Joe. Yeah, they're going to shoot for 2. I don't know if that was a shooting foul. I guess it was. But, like, it looked like he wasn't even trying to shoot. I don't know. But Greenville will shoot for 2. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left.
At the line for the Saints, number 2, Aaron Lee.
First shot, no good. 57-44 is still the score. Second shot, good for Greenville. 57-44 the score. Bruins up by 12. Joe can give it off to the side to Will. No, to Chris. Chris to Will. Will, Trey. Trey, no shot, no good. Ball's going to be hit back up, and that'll be rebounded by Greenville. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left in the game. Still 57-45. 3 minutes now left in the game. 0. Definitely feeling a little bit of pressure right now, trying to go fast. Gives up 24, 24, back to 1. 1, 24, 24, 0. He's gonna look through he's gonna try to pass that ball back. That ball's gonna be almost stolen by Joe. Joe barely missed it. Back to 3. 3 with the shot, no good off the rim. I mean, St. Joe needs to get this rebound, and that'll be a shooting foul on St. Joe. I mean, it's what happens whenever they get like 3 offensive rebounds in a row, and that's just so annoying. I mean, they keep on missing all their shots, and then they still get the ball back every single time. So 2 will go up, shoot for 2. 2 minutes, 44 the score. Shot good, 46-57. 2, second, no good. Rebounded by Will. Will gives back up top to Chase. Chase back to Will, following our side of the court. Will gives up to Joe. Joe gives up to Trey in the paint. Good by Trey. 59-46 score. Zero. Good defense by Will. 2 minutes left in the game. 0, I mean, they're not getting anything. I mean, it's like they're not even like thinking it's 2 minutes left. 1 with the shot, no good. Hit out of bounds. It'll be still Greenville's ball. I mean, it seems like Greenville is just playing with the same amount of intensity they have all game long. And I don't understand that because it's like 2 minutes left and you're down by 13. Pass it back up to the top, and that ball, not a very good pass, but it doesn't really matter. That ball's going to be stolen by Will. Will one-on-one. Will with the layup. Good for Will. 61-46 score. Timeout's going to be taken, I think, by St. Joe. 61-46 score. Bruins doing a very good job. And I wonder if they'll start putting other people in. They having a lot of fun in the student section. But 61-46 score. Bruins finally doing a very good job right now in the score, though. I mean, it looked a little bit iffy for a second there, but now it's not looking iffy at all. I mean, Bruins are up by, I think it's 15, I think. Bruins come back out here, still same people. Jace actually coming in for Trey. I don't know if we'll be saying any of our secondary people. One gives it back 0 and left side gives off 2. 2 backed up to 1. 1, 24. 24. Can't find anything. Gives off to 3. 3 back to 1. I mean, they're not taking. I mean, it's like nothing's happening. I mean, it's going to be a foul on St. Joe. Reach in foul. I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's like Greenville's not even trying to go fast or anything. I don't know. I mean, it really is like they're just not trying. 24, 3, 3, 1, 1, 24, 24 with the shot. Back up 2, 2, 0 with the shot. No good. Rebounded by Chase. A minute 12 seconds left now. 2 back to 10. I'm sorry. Why am I saying that numbers? I sometimes do that. That goes up to Chase. Allen looks like he's going to be coming in. Crowd excited for that. Will with the 3. No good. Off the rim. 24 back to 1. One's going to drive with the shot. Good for him. 61-48 score. I mean, it really does seem like to me that, I mean, Greenville, I mean, that time they kind of went a little quicker, but it's like they're not going with any speed, it seems like. I mean, I don't know why, but you think that whenever it gets to something like that, they would try to, but they definitely are not. Next week will be a big week for St. Joe. Catholic Schools Week starting next week, but the cheerleaders are definitely having a lot of fun back there right now. Even though they're down, still having a lot of fun. 61-48 score. Allen in now in the game. 40 seconds left. I don't think Bruin's going to let up at all with it still being senior night. Will gives it back to Chris. Chris back to Will. Will, Jace. Jace, go throw that ball, try to give it to Chris. Gets that ball stolen by 0. 0 with the shot, and they're going to call that a foul? Okay. I don't think, how do you call that a shooting foul? He wasn't, I don't know. He didn't shoot the ball. They're going to call it a shooting foul. Number 0 shoot for 2. 61-48 to score. Shot, no good. 61-48, still the score. Second shot, no good. Rebounded by Jace. Jace back to Joe. Joe to Will. Oh, almost gets that ball stolen. Will steps it up to Jace. Jace back to Joe. Joe, Chris. Chris, 12 seconds up. Gives off to Allen. Allen with the 3. Good for Allen. Crowd goes wild for Allen. 0 with the shot. That's second, and that'll be your game. 64-48 the score. That'll be the final score for tonight's game. 64-48. Bruins with the win here against Greenville Christian. I'm Davis Hammond from BNN. It's a big game here. Big win. Bruins a little bit close for a second, but definitely worked out. And once again, score is 64-48. Bruins with the win. I'm Davis Hammond from BNN.